Alright, YouTube. See it back again, part 2 of the Pickin Mega Haul. Alright, so get right into it. So hopefully this video won't be as long as the other one. Alright, so this is good here. Now this was another DAV right here. So this was the first store I went to. Picked up a couple of Mad Magazine paperback books. These were 50 cents a piece. This is the Mad Weirdo Watcher's Guide. Alright. So this is a first printing July 1982 from Warner Books. Really, really cool. Big fan of Mad Magazine growing up. Used to have a ton of these paperbacks. I know you've heard me talk about it before. Great stuff. And this is Mad Horses Around, number 57. And this is number 3. And this is first printing June 1981. So lots of great stuff here. This one's actually written by Dick DeBartolo. So I got a couple of books with stuff that he's done, so I really need to send off to him. So really good books, really great condition on both of these. So happy to get those. Next, this will be going up on eBay. This is the 1990-91 American Defense Annual. This was property of the United States Air Force Academy. So a couple of people's names that were in the academy. Pretty cool. I haven't looked up either of those names to see if they went on to really make a name for themselves, but interesting book. So unless marked, all paperbacks were 50 cents and all hardcovers were $1. So, and I got receipts to prove all this. So next, something else going on eBay. This is Anatomy of a Spin, a complete study of the stall spin phenomena from Air Guide Publications, 1981. So some really interesting books on flying. So we'll see how well they do on eBay. Next, this is a book called This is the American Legion, an educational resource for all Legionnaires, 1990. Pretty much every city's got a American Legion, so I've never seen this book before, so I thought I'd give it a try, see what it does. Okay. Next we'll get to some signed books. This is Our Journey Home, What Parents Are Doing to Preserve Family Values by Gary Bauer. Now I had looked at 2 or 3 other copies that were already at the store as well, and they were not signed. So I was like, alright, when I saw this one I was like, man, this has got to be signed. I mean, this store can't have 20 copies of this book, and none of them are going to be signed. One of them's got to be signed. So I opened it up, and it is signed and inscribed right there. To Jeanette, never give up, Gary Bauer. Gary Bauer is a former White House advisor and president of the Family Research Council. It's a Washington, D.C. based center that advocates family values and public policy. He is co-author of the best-selling book Children at Risk with Dr. James C. Dobson, president of Focus on the Family. getting out my other phone here to look him up on Wikipedia real quick. I think he's done some other stuff too. It's telling me you can't look it up. Service unavailable. Okay, well, noted politician anyways, was what Wikipedia says about him. So, pretty cool book. Glad to find one that was signed. And then we have Antonio, an autobiography by Tony Casado. And it is signed right here to Roger and John, two of the very best in the community. Tony Casado, December 7th, 1987. Tony Casado is a former mayor of Wichita, Kansas. So, pretty cool pickup here. Here's his thing he had to swear on as he was sworn into office. I, Tony Casado, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Kansas, and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of mayor in and for the city of Wichita, Kansas, so help me God. Pretty neat. Those two books, autograph books, like I said, were $1 each. They're not marked up. I have one more autograph book, but I just want to show this one first, if I can get it out of the bag. Pretty neat book. This is Outlaw Animation. Cutting edge cartoons from the Spike and Mike festivals. Really nice paperback book. Pretty cool. Lots of different cartoon and animation screenshots. That's neat. Really cool book. Can't pass it up. Not for 50 cents. Cover price, I mean, was $23.95. So, very, very cool. And the last autograph book is from a lady. I cannot believe it. She could look this hot. But this is Susan Powder, The Politics of Stupid. You guys my age or older will remember that she had her 15 minutes of fame back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. She had her own television talk show. She was big about, working out and exercising and everything like that. She wrote the best-selling book, Stop the Insanity. She even looks really good in this picture, too. But I know her and remember her from having really, really short hair and looking like Sinead O'Connor and just really ugly. But, damn. That's a ding, boom, whatever kind of shot you want to call it, but yeah. Nice. That's how she needed to stay, not shaving off all her hair and looking stupid. Anyway, this is her first book, Susan Powder, The Politics of Stupid. Signed right there in red Sharpie. Very cool. But, yep, like I said, I can't believe that she actually looked that hot. But 50 cents. So this should definitely be Autograph Weekly's Graph of the Week right here. Susan Powder. Alright, so that's it for that store. Get these out of the way. Alright, next. forgot to show this bag in the last video. This was also from that Salvation Army store I told you I was at. This is Treasure Beyond Measure by Shante Sethi. Interesting book, illustrated. I have real good success with these Indian type religious books. So it's actually really well put together, really nice book. 1991. So I'll be going straight to eBay, see how well that does. This book here, Konstantin Stanislavski, 1863 to 1963. This is a centennial collection. It contains excerpts from memoirs referring to the great Russian actor and stage director. So I thought this was interesting. We'll see how well this does on eBay. Alright. Then there's this book here, The Good Delt, a guide for the Delt Pledge and the Delt Development Program of the Delta Tau Delta Fraternity, published by the fraternity, 1993. I've noticed this before. Some Xerox copy or something. Not important, but thought this book was interesting. Haven't seen anything like this before. So it's how to be in the Delta Tau Delta fraternity. So interesting book. Let's see what that does. And now the signed books. Once again, none of these were marked up. This is The Sylvia Factor, The Aftermath of World War II by Lee R. McEwen. And it is signed by him and his wife. To Patty, best wishes, Sylvia McEwen, Lee's Dream Girl, and Lee R. McEwen. Signed in 2000. Silver Sharpie. Really cool. Illustrated hardcover book concerning World War II. Lee was a Marine. Got a foreword by then Governor Mike Huckabee. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Picked that up. And this one here. One Mississippi, a novel by Mark Childress, author of Crazy in Alabama. Once again, not marked up. Paid 99 cents, but it is signed right there in black marker. There's the bleed through. Writer of several books, but Crazy in Alabama was a bestseller. Really nice signature there. Nice signed book for 99 cents. Alright, then my most expensive stop was a Goodwill. Spent $30 and some change. So dropped a big load at the Goodwill. Let's see what we got. I guess this one's going to be over 16 minutes. Sorry guys. We got a hardcover book here, The Healy Story. The reason why I picked this up was I had watched American Pickers Monday, and they were talking about Austin Healy's. At one point when they were selling Austin Healy's, if you bought one, if you had kids, you got a free Austin Healy pedal car. So I was like, well, that's neat. So then I saw this book all about Austin Healy's. So it was published in Great Britain. So normally foreign books sell really well. And if Austin Healy's are as popular, excuse me, As they were pretty much talking about on American Pickers, I said, well, pick this up, we'll give it a chance. It says 1996, well, reprinted in 97, so it's not a first print, which sucks. There's a price in pounds there. I paid $3.99 for it, so hopefully it turns out to be worth quite a bit on eBay. Normally I wouldn't pay more than a couple dollars, but I thought I'd give it a try. That's what happens when you have some money. Take chances. And I picked up this really nice book. I didn't mind paying the $2.99 for this. This is Moments, Memories, and Miracles, a quarter century with the Kansas City Royals. Really nice large hardcover book. It was originally $36. It's not signed anywhere though, which obviously is unfortunate. But a really nice, colorful book. It's even got some fold-outs here. I'm not going to fold them out right now because I'm probably going to tear it. Maybe I will. But really, really nice book. I'll enjoy giving it a look over before I throw it up on eBay. Unless there's any Kansas City Royals fans out there that want to pick it up, work something out. But very cool. Next, it's a neat art book. Bernstein and Andreelli International Illustration. It's like they just pick out all the best illustrations or something and publish them in this book like every year, I think. But I mean, just the art in here is just amazing. Never seen anything like this book before. Dan Marino. A lot of airbrush work. Camel cigarettes. It's 1993. Maybe this is just examples of their work that they've done. I don't know. Just really cool. $4.99 for that. Number 16. So cool book there. And I got a signed book. It's Grandma and the Buck Deer and Other Tales of Youthful Disaster by Joel M. Vance. It's an outdoors book. Signed and inscribed right there. To Barbara and Mike, with appreciation for your hospitality and thanks for a good time. All the best, Joel Vance. And Joel Vance is among the top outdoor humorists. He has written hundreds of short stories, columns, and articles for magazines as diverse as Audubon and Field and Stream. He works full-time as a writer for the Missouri Conservation Department. He is president-elect of the Outdoor Writers Association of America. So pretty cool. A bunch of humorous stories concerning the outdoors. So I paid, what was it? $1 for that. All paperbacks were $1, and all hardbacks were $1.99 unless marked. Alright, then I got a couple of toy train books. This is track plans for toy trains and toy train collecting and operating. So these will be going on eBay. We'll see what happens with those. Usually have good success with model railroading stuff. Unfortunately, that big crease sucks right there, but we'll see what happens with those. Found a signed children's book here. This is When the Fly Flew In by Lisa Westberg Peters and pictures by Brad Sneed. Just every once in a while I go through the children's section. I mean, if you guys have gone to the thrift store before and you've gone through the children's section of books, it's crazy because there's books thin like this and different sizes and shapes, and it can get real crazy. So I usually just kind of fly through there pretty quick. No pun intended. So, because I'm not really like looking, but I do fly through there real quick and turn pages and look for autographs. And this one was signed right there in bold black Sharpie by the artist Brad Sneed. So it serves a dual purpose, as I will read it to Ayla. But Brad's a pretty nice artist. Love his work. So there's bleed through there on the other side. So really cool. Happy to pick that up for $1. Got this paperback. This is The Lone Ranger at the Haunted Gulch. This is number 6. Haven't seen Lone Ranger paperbacks before. So this is a first printing from 1979. So pretty neat. We'll go on eBay. And this one, I've had this book before. This is Big A, the story of Lou Alcindor, better known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And this is first printing 1971. It's a really nice scholastic book of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Always been a huge fan of his, no pun intended again. A neat book there. Then we got Strange Stains and Mysterious Smells. Nice children's book here, hardcover children's book. Not signed, but just love the artwork in it and how it was put together. So I figured I'd snatch that up for $2. Read that to my paid a $25 book for $2. I mean, can't beat that. Alright, what else we got here? I think these are all signed books in here. We'll start with this one, The Breakthrough Factor, Creating a Life of Value for Success and Happiness by Henry Marsh. Signed and inscribed there to Bob Henry Marsh, 9/14/2002. Henry Marsh became the second American male runner to make 4 U.S. Olympic track teams in 1988. His career culminated with 13 straight years as one of the top 10 3,000-meter steeplechase runners in the world. 3 years as number 1. He also held the American record for an unprecedented 18 years in a row. During that time, Marsh graduated cum laude in economics from BYU and received his law degree from the University of Oregon. So, famous public speaker and athlete, Henry Marsh. So nice pickup there. Then we got a local author. This is Who's Who in Basketball by Ronald L. Mendel. Signed and inscribed there. Looks like to art, maybe. Good shooting. Ronald Mendel. So he was born in Ottawa, Kansas, and graduated from Wichita State University. Received some collegiate awards for basketball. He got the NCAA Academic All-American and Most Valuable Player for the Wichita State, both in 1969. He's been on the staff of the Wichita Eagle newspaper. But from A to Z, it's got all the popular basketball players of the time. Connie Hawkins is in here. So, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All the popular players of the time, which was 1973. So, neat book. Local author signed. And we got this book here. And I haven't finished doing my research on it, but it's Behind the Moss Curtain and Other Great Savannah Stories, collected and edited by Christina Piva. It's a numbered copy, numbered 631 of 1,000 first edition copies, and signed twice. We got Behind the Moss Curtain, and it says, for Diantha, welcome to Savannah, and signed St. Patrick's Day 2003, and it's signed there again. by the same person. And I don't know who it is, because it does not look anything like Christina Piva. I've not looked up examples of her signature, so it could possibly be her. But the book is supposed to be possibly about Murray M. Silver, Jr. So I don't know if it's Murray Silver, Jr. Who wrote the book Great Balls of Fire, the uncensored story of Jerry Lee Lewis, which was made into a movie. Then he did the autobiography of Dr. George Nikopoulos, personal physician to Elvis Presley and the man widely regarded to be responsible for the singer's death. So very similar to what's going on with Michael Jackson. Actually remains in limbo. It's never been published. He was introduced to the Dalai Lama by mutual friend Richard Gere. So I don't know if it's by, there's Murray Silver there. I don't know if it's signed by Christina Piva or if it's signed by Murray Silver. So I will have to do some research. I'll leave some comments in the comment box below. Interesting book. And I picked up this book here. This is best-selling author Susan Elizabeth Phillips, Breathing Room. And this is a limited and signed first edition, specially bound and produced by the publisher. Signed right there in red ballpoint pen. And you can see, I know my camera's not picking it up, but you can see the indentations on the back. So, authentically signed book with COA from the publisher. Excuse me. Two more, guys. Alright, then we got The Campaign, a novel by Marilyn Tucker Quayle and Nancy Tucker Northcott. And it is signed, it's not in great shape, but it is signed by Marilyn Tucker Quayle. To Shirley Abbey, possibly, best wishes. Marilyn Tucker Quayle. Looks like she couldn't even write the date right, but it looks like 10 of 96, possibly. Yep, that's when the book came out. It's first edition, 96. So Marilyn Tucker Quayle is the wife of Dan Quayle. She assisted her husband Dan Quayle in his political career in the U.S. House of Representatives, the Senate, and the Vice Presidency. So, pretty cool. That's garbage. So, pretty cool. Pick up there. And last but not least, widely acclaimed author Marguerite Henry. This is Stormy, Misty's Foal. Oh, real quick, while I was looking through these books, I picked up one book looking for an autograph. I forget who it was by, and I found this folded up in the book. So I found $6 on yesterday's Pickin trip. So yep, took this, put it in my pocket, put the book away because it wasn't signed. So it just goes to show you guys, just look in books. So anyway, in the kids section, again, as I was flying through looking at books, found this one, signed right there, Marguerite Henry. She died in 97, I believe, but best-selling author of numerous children's books. Pictures in color, that's very nice. Look her up on Wikipedia, learn more about her. She's very, very cool. This was published in '63. But sign right there. So like picking up old signatures. Very cool. And that's it for me, guys. I appreciate you watching. See you.